Hey, it's Lee at Craftsman Direct, and we're looking at a shed this morning. It's in Raleigh, and it's by a beautiful pool with a beautiful lawn that you don't have to cut. And anyhow, we're gonna talk about bunches of stuff, but I want us to look inside real quick and realize that this thing doesn't really have a floor in it because they got a hole here. You see the footing where your pump is, which that's your weight. That's a water can, and that's on a piece of it looks like 1-inch plywood, but that's just framing, siding. He's got with a little gable roof in here, and it could be all one piece, and it could be full of heavy equipment is my point. But what our homeowners asked us to do is to help a few rot points. And what we've got here is, you see a piece of siding, the very first one that's rotted on this left side. And you see a piece of siding here on the bottom that's rotted. And for lack of a better term, I'm gonna call this funky siding. And to show you a little bit better, mountain siding. This funky mountain siding. And look at it. Okay, I don't know where to buy that. Our homeowner tells me she's got some in the basement. We're gonna take a look. I'm gonna take some measurements and make sure we've got enough stock, because that is as rough cut a thing as I've ever seen. Because you see, how are we gonna make stuff like that unless we get a 2x12 and hack it up? And the problem with 2x12s, we've also got to rip it because that's a 1-inch thick. So anyhow, but let's hope she has a stock. Let me take a measurement. I have not done that, and that's going to be what, 10 feet? All right, that's I caught the edge of my trim board, and I knew that because I was 8'1". You see, that's an 8-foot piece, so we need to find an 8-foot piece times 1 board and 2 boards, and we need enough to come up roughly 2 pieces to total about 18 inches on that side, because all of these thicknesses or distances are different. About 18 on this side. We got another problem. They got a dry stack on this corner. Dry stack means that there's no concrete holding the column together, and you see the problem here is that the tributary area of this top brick is not enough. That's 2 inches, and we need more than that. So we've got a bunch of choices here. One of the things we can do is we can leave this dry stack alone because it is holding the building up. And you see how our homeowner has got a cantilever here. Basically it's a fulcrum with a lever, and if we get a long enough piece of timber, I'm thinking that we can place it here with the fulcrum, and if we can come out about 8 to 10 feet, we can raise that corner because we can't get a jack under it. It's too close to the ground. But what I propose to do is get a piece of block right here, 8x8/16 block, and that is 1 course thick, meaning that it's not a double band on the bottom. This side here is 1 course thick, and that's a 2x. And you see, it's just showing a little bit of rot. So let's try to dig it out here, and hopefully we won't have to replace it. But that corner is not good, but this is. So let's move the load from the corner in a little bit here. Let's put another block in here where we have good board, because the only one that's compromised is that one on the side. Now if we can just dig some down here to give it some air, and let's look inside real quick in the event that we should replace that or have to. All right. How do you feel about all right. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. It gives me some light so I can see. All right. I'm gonna step carefully. I appreciate that advice. Watch out. Okay. Now they've got a bottom sill covering that board, so we can't get to it from the inside. It's below here. Okay.
That needs to be replaced. I mean, I need to get another board that's thicker than that little flimsy.
Well, that's all right. I won't go back in there again in my lifetime. It'll be fine.
And this needs to be. I got to get this because
Sure.
I did that. And I said I can do a lot of things.
We
but
gotta
I
go.
cannot